So I have been a little obnoxious with the Clippers. A little. Now, I go to Utah a lot. I like Utah. It's a great organization. But I said when the Clippers were down 0-2, I said the Clippers are going to win this series, and I feel it's over now, even though it's tied at 2-2. So I'm just going to keep up this obnoxiousness. Ask yourself this. What's a friend? Define a true friend. I'm not talking about I love golfing with her. Or the boys go to Vegas, pate. No, true friend is your kid gets in a car wreck. You need transportation. Take him to the hospital. You're sick. There's a crisis in your family. Who do you call? Who is the first person you think of? That's an ally. That's a friend. In professional sports, we have training staffs for emergencies like that. But when we rank great players, I always have a similar question. Game 7, NBA Finals, tie game, 7 left. Who's your guy? My guy, now that LeBron is out of his prime, is often Kawhi Leonard. The NBA media and fans, they love their Westbrooks, John Walls, Derrick Roses. Some of those guys I don't want in the arena. Game 7, 7 minutes left, tied. Kawhi Leonard or Giannis? You don't want Giannis. Can't hit a free throw. Embiid or KD or Kawhi? Those guys are rarely healthy, increasingly for an entire series. Kyrie or Harden? They play no defense. They'll score and give it up on the other end. LeBron in his prime and Kawhi, and I've said this before, I'm not sure there's a better choice. He can get you a stop. He's as good an on-ball defender as the league has. He's as good a get-a-bucket guy as the league has, except maybe KD. When the game starts, and don't get me wrong, he'll miss his 20 load management games a year, but when the game starts, Kawhi never seems to get hurt in-game. He finishes it. On-ball defender. He's unaffected. He's got a unique personality. I'm not sure he hears, reads any of the criticism. He's unaffected. He's been in multiple big games. Jokic hasn't. Even Chris Paul, who I admire and love, has some holes in his game. He's small. He's no longer an elite defender. And let's be honest, Chris Paul's greatest strength, and he's got a lot of them, is really getting somebody else a great shot. Kawhi Leonard can guard anybody. Remember that series, Toronto-Milwaukee, where he guarded Giannis and marginalized him, took him out of the series. He can guard a point guard, a 2, a 3, a 4. Only LeBron over the last 10 years, you could say that. LeBron could guard Derrick Rose in his prime. In his MVP year, LeBron could guard a 4. If you'd never seen Michael Jordan play, you'd never seen, YouTube didn't exist, Google didn't exist, no search engines. You'd never seen Michael play, and I had to describe Michael to you. I would say he had the athletic ability and the flair of Kobe and the efficiency of this guy named Kawhi Leonard. He had the Kobe personality and the Kobe flair, but the strength and efficiency of Kawhi Leonard. It's the age-old question. Who do you want in the Foxhole? You ever see that movie Platoon? Remember that movie Platoon? Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, I think. And you're watching that whole thing, and there's these deep discussions as you're sitting in the Foxhole. And there's fear and there's anxiety. But there were 2 or 3 people in that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. There were 2 or 3 guys. You're like, oh, that guy could get hit by I want that guy in the Foxhole. That's the guy I want in the Foxhole. And that's what the NBA playoffs are. Can make a stop, can make a play, unaffected, finish games, wobble around, up against the ropes, finish the fight and win it. I've seen Kawhi do it in San Antonio. I've seen him do it in Toronto, and I'm watching him do it in this series. Even among all-time greats, the tie game 7-minute left question, Magic, Bird, and Barkley, not great defenders, could be a liability there. Duncan, Shaq, don't want him near the free throw line. You get in very rarefied air when you talk about 7 minutes left, game 7, who do you want both ends? It's like Michael, LeBron at his peak, Kawhi, and then you can throw some others in there. He's also got a very unique personality. I mean, one of the things about Michael was he appeared to be better in crisis. Despite what the critics have said, LeBron is generally, he really is, better in crisis. You can't say that for a lot of stars. A lot of guys melt. Kawhi's got a unique personality. I don't think he reads the criticism. I really don't. He doesn't even have an agent. He's not in that cycle of information and rumors and gossip. He's got Uncle Dennis. He's just a baller. But you start looking around in that age-old foxhole question, just not a lot of guys. He'll hit a free throw. He'll hit a jumper. He'll make a stop. He'll guard anybody. He's not affected by pressure. The game starts, he'll finish it. Kawhi Leonard. And that's why I think the series is over. Because if you have that kind of guy, they end up with a lot of trophies. Okay, a crazy series. It was really, at times, awful basketball. Philadelphia, Atlanta. We know Atlanta's not a great team. We know Atlanta has a fledgling star in Trae Young. We know that. But we know a lot about Philadelphia, too, because we've seen this over and over. At the end of the game last night for the Sixers, Shake Milton was bringing the ball up. Well, what about Ben Simmons? No, he was on the bench. What? Yeah, they would not play Ben Simmons in the last possession. We've all known for years Embiid, Simmons. We're media people. We take sides. I was initially a Simmons guy because Embiid's always hurt. And when bigs get hurt early, they get hurt often. But it's beyond that. Last night, on the biggest stage, as big a game as the Sixers have had in years, and we've all talked about their issues, and Philadelphia keeps denying their issues, and now they got a new GM and a new coach, and Doc and Daryl Morey, and it's all good, it's great. Yes, they have great moments. But on the biggest stage, Embiid was hurt, and Simmons did not take a shot in the fourth quarter because he would then be fouled and terrified to go to the free throw line. We have got to, you know what they always say, the first way to solve a problem is admit a problem. And the problem in the NBA is if you have an issue, the rule in the NBA is keep it really quiet and trade it away before anybody knows about it because you'll lose your leverage. But in Philadelphia's case, they've been denying it and denying it and denying it and denying it. And now Ben Simmons over the next 4 years is going to make what? 32, 35, 38, and 40 million. Good luck getting rid of that contract and making a great deal because everybody is now watching him deteriorate. And then you look at Embiid, who's a marvelous player. He's hurt again. So, the NBA has always been a great story league and a star league and a gossip league and a rumor league. What you want to do 3 years ago is when they were both at their height and there was speculation and people like me and talk show hosts and media going, I'm a Simmons guy and I'm an Embiid guy. What we were really saying is they both had value. We were all arguing over it. You were Embiid, I was Simmons, but they both had value. After last night, one guy can't jump, he's hurt. One guy can't be on the floor in the fourth. What's the value? And they're both mega expensive. I mean, Doc Rivers is over it officially. Doc was like this marriage counselor, and after about 12 sessions, he's like, all right, I can't fix you guys. I'm done with it. Like, Doc's done with it. This should have been addressed years ago. It wasn't. And now, on the biggest stage, every GM, everybody can see it. Ben Simmons did not take a shot in the fourth quarter. $32 million a year? My point guard? Shake Milton's on the floor? Not great. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.